Hello everyone, this is Eli G. Brown / Eli G. Brony here with a little look at a little pack that's called, well, it just says Nicktoons Collectible Minifigures. And this is a pack that shows 4 minifigures of characters from the show TUFF Puppy, but it doesn't, it says on the back, right there, TUFF Puppy Collectible. Okay, so that's good. For those of you that probably don't know about this, about the series, it was a cartoon show that was produced by Butch Hartman, who previously did such shows such as The Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. This is the 3rd cartoon that he's done, and it came out in 2010, but came to a sad close in 2015 or something like that. It ran for 3 seasons, and the 3rd season is pretty short compared to the first 2 seasons. The first 2 seasons already had DVD releases. So anyway, it has 4 characters right here. So of course they actually had, kind of had more of a roundish at the back for this particular character right here, and I'll get more into them in a bit because of his long tail. Now I'm gonna try to get this open, so, hold on. Okay, it took me a while, but I finally got all of these out. So, anyway, these are 4 action figures of 4 of the characters from the show, and I will go over each one individually. I'm gonna start off with the main character right here, which is Dudley Puppy. So, Dudley is a white dog, as you can tell, and he wears a black shirt, and he is said to be a mixed breed of every breed of dog known to man, which is quite unbelievable for a character. Well, it's kind of hard to tell that he has, that he is part every breed of dog out there. Now, I think that according to, like, an interview with Butch Hartman, who created the show, I think this was one of the first characters that he ever came up with, but it wasn't until 2010 that he actually made a show about this character. So who Dudley is that he is this dog who works as this secret agent, along with his cat partner, Kitty Katswell, which is also another figure, which I will look over in a bit. And the design of him, he's got the smiley face on one side, right there. So, if you look at him from this angle, you can see that it pretty much is the... He pretty much is making the same pose as he does, like, in promotional art, like on the first season DVD cover. And his arms are crossed, and as you can tell, he has blue eyes. They are entirely blue. They don't have any black in the center of them, and there is also no white circle in the eyelids either. So, that's just how it was. And in the show, his ears actually hovered above his head, but that's not how it is right here, and it's not how it is with the Dudley plush that I looked over a couple months back. So that's Dudley Puppy right there. Okay. Now, next we're going to look over Kitty Katswell, who is Dudley's partner. She is obviously a cat, and they actually put her on this stand right here, this transparent stand. There's the stand right there, and here's what she's attached to. I think she's kind of loose. Yep, she came loose. So you just gotta keep her in there like that. Now, for the design of Kitty, she's very thin, and she's a lot taller than Dudley, and she has tan fur on her. I'm not quite sure what breed of cat she's supposed to be. Now, it's got to be pretty careful, because it kind of sounds like this stand could break. So pretty much this is not really an action figure that you can actually play with, but rather just set on display. Though if you do play with it, you pretty much have to be really, really careful. Like you just move the stand around like this and not actually touch the character. It's a shame that she didn't get a plush release like Dudley did. I certainly would have gotten that if they had released her as a plush. But then again, none of the other characters, even the other two that are standing aside at the moment, didn't get any plush releases either. So, her overall body design has her with white boots and white gloves, and it appears that she is wearing a gray outfit, though I think it's more bluish in the show, kind of a dark shade of blue, though I think it's kind of more grayish blue, if you would put it. It also appears that her belt is black, and it's not even the same color as the rest of the outfit. And she also has black hair with this white headband, and she has green eyes, which is pretty good. And also, unlike Dudley, she actually does have black in the pupils of her eyes, as well as the white ibis there. I personally like Kitty Katswell more than any of the other characters on the show, and a lot of people would pretty much have to agree with me there. Of course, even though she is the best in my opinion, I have to move on. Alright, next up is Snaptrap. He is a rat. He's one of the bad guys of the show, and it appears that he kind of has a purplish body, at least on the figure, though I think he's supposed to be gray, because rats are supposed to be gray. And as you can tell from how he looks, being a rat, he has pink feet, and pink hands, and a pink tail. And he wears these black pants, and this white, or grayish, lab coat. I'm not quite sure, what color it's exactly supposed to be. I'm not sure if it's actually supposed to be a lab coat. And particularly in this particular pose that he has, he's like, it's supposed to be that he is laughing right there, like he's plotting some evil scheme. Though he's certainly not one of the brightest characters on the show. He's actually pretty much a very stupid type of villain character. So that is Snaptrap. His first name is actually Verminius, so he's Verminius Snaptrap, but he is just simply called Snaptrap in the show, which is quite interesting for a villain character to be referred to by their last name. And I think that's all that I have to say for this one. And now finally, when you move on to this character, this is a character who is called the Chameleon, and that's it. Just the Chameleon. He doesn't have an actual known name. He's just the Chameleon. Not quite sure why they gave him this particular name, but I think it works out. The Chameleon was actually the very first villain character introduced to me. The first time that I saw him was in the episode Internal Affairs, which was the episode where the Chameleon turned himself into General Warthog, and the Chief, who is a flea, in case you didn't see the show, and a tiny Dudley comes in to try to stop him, but the Chameleon ends up eating them, and they have to do their mission from inside him. And they do manage to stop him and turn his disguise off, so that everyone sees that he's not the real General Warthog. He uses all sorts of different disguises on the show. He even has disguised himself as the other three characters that I have showed you at least one time. Now, he doesn't just transform into other characters, but he also transforms into different objects, too. Now, for him, he's green because he's a chameleon, and chameleons are green. And he wears this black suit with these green lines on them. It's his, I think it's supposed to be called a molecular transformation suit, which allows him to transform into many different things. And he also has this grin right here, like he's just about to laugh evilly. And he's got red eyes, and there's black in the eyes, but no white in the eyes. So, that's just that. So, overall, I say that this was a really good collection of minifigures. It probably would have been interesting if the rest of the characters on the show, except for one certain other character, had also been released as minifigures. So, that's about all I have to say about this one. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.